We are now at 3 weeks later,
and the build is complete.
This is the 2019 Orbea OE's M10. So this is the new carbon frame. You can see here
The older models and the non-carbon models all have a different body than this, kind of sharper, more modern body. The new frame has the eye-line shock where the cable runs right through the top tube, right to the shock, so you don't get any
a lot of cable loop there. I kept the frame. The frame is custom designed through the Mayo program. I went black with the gray lettering and the mint green accents, which you can see throughout the bike. But then I wanted to add a good bit of color through the accessories, so I went with pink carve grips. There's an FSA SLK carbon handlebar and stem. It came with the FSA SLK post, C-post, carbon C-post, but I wanted to add a drop post. This is actually the Divine SL post, which is the lightest dropper post out there. It only provides 85 millimeters of drop, but this being a cross-country bike, I really didn't need much more or want any more, and I didn't want any more weight. It's at 385 grams, but you can actually cut it down to the point where it's about 345 grams. I didn't cut this one down at all, but I may in the future. This Fox 32 29er boost fork. I added custom decals, the gold mirror decals, which I think play really nicely with the rest of the gold on the bike. I upgraded to the SRAM Eagle XX1 gold cranks with egg beater gold T pedals. Those are the lightest pedals on the market. I mixed the crank with brand new 12-speed Shimano XTR drivetrain. So that's kind of the way I figured it was the lightest combination of mixing the 12-speed SRAM with a 12-speed XTR. I really like the XTR setup, and this was the lightest setup I could get. And back through here, this is still the GX Eagle cassette that came with the bike. I kept it on there for now. I upgraded to the gold KMC chain. I changed out the wheels to the Stan's Crest wheels for weight purposes, and I customized the decals on the wheels to a mirror finish, going from hot pink to purple with gold highlights to match the rest of the bike. You can see here the bottle cages are an oil slick finish, so that's kind of the theme throughout the bike: the pink, the gold, the purple, the mint green, and then the oil slick bottle cages bring it all together. They have all those colors in it. The tires are stock tires. They came with the Icons. These are really nice tires. This is a 29 by 2.2 in the back. Up front is the Ardent Race. 29 2.2 up front as well. It's a nice, fast, light combination. I went with the saddle is not the stock saddle either. This is my Amazon special Chinese carbon $25 saddle, 120 grams, something thereabout. I have them on all my bikes. They're super comfortable. They have a nice cutout for 25 bucks. You ruin them in a crash or something, just buy another one and throw it on there. Weight's great, comfort's great. It's perfect. Customized the headset spacers and the top cap there to the stem, again in the oil slick colors. This bike is interesting because it has a lockout on the front and back fork in one kind of joint button. So just one click and I can go to a full lockout, super stiff and rigid. Another click and it's full suspension again. And then I have the dropper post remote here. So a lot of different remotes to kind of play with on this bike. So I'm looking forward to riding it and feeling what that's like. The forks have the Shema coat on them, so they're the factory Fox fork. So looking forward to riding that. After I ride a little bit, make sure everything's comfortable, I'll probably take off that extra little bit above the stem there, cut that down so it's a more sleek profile. I like this little touch here, little monkey at the end of the grip. It's a cool little feature. And then you can see the custom decals on this wheel as well. The front stands crest with the pink and the gold and the purple highlights. So I think the bike, and back on the back shock as well, got the custom gold graphics back there as well. You can see unique on this frame and new on this frame is this monolink feature, which is all carbon, taking more of the frame weight away. The total weight of the bike, as built with the pedals, the cages, the dropper posts and everything, is 22.8 pounds. I really try to keep the weight off this bike if I could. The purpose of this bike is to be the fast, kind of light bike that I can throw around a little bit. So I could probably take a little more weight away if I switch out the cassette. Those SRAM Eagle cassettes are hella expensive though. You know, I dropped the cages, but you know, maybe switch out some of the components. But I can't imagine getting together a much lighter setup than this. My other bike, which is an Orbea Occam, and it's my trail bike, it's probably around 26 pounds, so it's not too far off. But I was hoping to get this bike in around 21 pounds, so I'm a little off of that. But you know, again, if I put the rigid post on there instead of the dropper, I could probably get some weight off of there. And built without the dropper, I was about 21 pounds. So really pleased with the bike. I'm really anxious to ride it. I have ridden around the neighborhood a little bit and it was fine, but I haven't taken on any trails or anything like that. So another nice little touch here is I used the Shema disc rotors, which are some of the lightest rotors out there. Gold T-bolts, both for aesthetic accent and weight. So there's a little additional weight savings there. Use those T-bolts there. And I also, up in the stem area,